90.7 WCLH, Wilkes University Radio. That is Warrant from their Cherry Pie release. I Saw Red. And I'm seeing red right now. Members of the Red Cross in the studio now, live. Stephen and my grandma Lynn, we're here to talk about the Red Cross, how you can get involved. Specifically Wilkes students if you're listening right now, but anyone if you're tuned in your car or online at WCLH.org. How are you doing, guys, today?
Doing great.
Great, yeah.
Was it easy finding the building, Stephen? I know you haven't been... Have you been to Wilkes before in the campus at all?
I haven't been inside the campus. Beautiful campus. So
Yes.
thank you for having me here today.
And, of course, my grandma Lynn is a veteran here.
I'm a double graduate from Wilkes College and Wilkes University.
Yes. And you've also been on my show, Metal Massacre, and had you on there.
Yeah, you were reminiscing,
Yeah.
you and your sister.
So now we can reminisce about the Red Cross.
Yeah, you had you had experience with it. Remember when I had to go out and install smoke alarms and the one person couldn't come at the last minute? I called you up and I said, Kendall, please, you got to come help me.
Yeah. But, you know, it wasn't that great on my part because, well, I was doing it, but it was for our cousin, Shelly.
Yeah.
So,
well,
you know.
we went to places that we knew, but
Yeah.
you did a good job at the last minute.
Okay, so...
She did the install, Steve.
Very nice.
Yeah, she did a good job.
So with the Red Cross, Stephen, what is your role?
So I'm the disaster program specialist of Northeastern Pennsylvania, and we are actually currently having a National Red Cross event happening this Saturday. So if anybody's listening, either on campus or driving in their car, we're going to be having two events in NEPA. The first event's going to be this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and you can go online to soundthealarm.org/EasternPA to find out where you can go. You can just type in your zip code and it'll take you to the local rally points we're going to have. Or if you have a notepad near you, I can give you the address right now. On Saturday, May 5th, we're going to be at the West Hazelton Borough Building. It's 100 South 4th Street, West Hazelton, PA, 18202. We're also going to be having another location at the same time simultaneously at the Diamond United Methodist Church, 413 West, Diamond Street, Hazelton, PA, 18201. And again, the purpose of this event is to basically install fire alarms and make our home safer. We have a lot of fires that happen in this area, specifically in NEPA, and we want to make sure that we can prepare families and get fire alarms installed free to the client. So if anybody's out there, we're looking for volunteers for these two events. Our hopes are to install 1,000 alarms on that day. And if you are available the following Saturday on May 12th, we're going to be installing in Kingston at the Kingston Fire Department. That's going to be our rally point. It's going to be at 600 Wyoming Avenue, Kingston, 44, PA 18704. And again, if you are just listening on the radio while you're driving, the easiest way is go to soundthealarm.org/EasternPA. See how you can make a difference.
Definitely. And we encourage you at WCLH to make a difference. So if you're listening, you would like to get involved, as always, you could contact us once again, and I'll be sure to get that info to you. WCLH.org. Grandma Lynn, do you have a certain role besides just volunteer? Are you designated as a
Yes,
person?
I'm the lead. I go into the schools and we teach elementary age children emergency preparedness, and we have a couple different programs that we do according to their age. As a matter of fact, I was just at a school this morning. I was at Flood Elementary School. We had about 100. They were fifth graders today. Well, I've done 3 days this week. One day I did third graders, one day I did fourth graders, and one day fifth graders. So we did about 300 students in this 1 week. We taught them what to do in case their house catches on fire, what to do in case we get a hurricane. So it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
They enjoyed it. They appreciated it.
Lynn is actually very active. She's actually one of my key partners helping out in the preparedness program that we have in NEPA. She's also a disaster action team member, goes out to fire response calls, and she is also an HFC member, which is why she's helping a lot in regards to this home fire campaign event that we're going to have.
And we go away for disasters, right?
And on deployments as well,
Yeah.
yes.
I was just, this last year, I was in Texas for Hurricane Harvey, and in Florida for Irma, and Steve was somewhere too. Where were you? Maria, right?
Yes, I went to Texas for Harvey and Puerto Rico for Maria, and then moved over here from New York. And it's been a great experience so far. We've made a lot of relationships with the fire departments when we go out on calls, and we've also made a lot of connections with schools. And as I said, Lynn is definitely very involved. We have a really good program in NEPA, and it's really thanks to her and some of the volunteers that we have in the preparedness program.
I don't do it alone.
Yeah.
It's everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome to hear, and hopefully it gets bigger as my grandma Lynn is booking radio slots. I heard you're on Kings.
Yes,
Kings
thank you so
also,
much for having us.
But for now, WCLH, and we're much better than Kings, so we'll be good.
There's a rivalry there between what is their slogan? Oh, your slogan is the only university on Maine, right? On River.
We're on
River and
Maine and River.
But there's a slogan that you do, right?
I don't know it.
Because you're a university and they're a college.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think that's more for sports in terms of radio, but I like to make this maybe competitive too, and some communication stuff.
Sure.
We have Metal Mondays. I know they do have a couple metal shows, but we're representing Metal Mondays. And speaking of that,
did you win an award for that?
well, yeah, we were just voted best college radio station by the Weekenders Readers' Choice Award.
Oh, congratulations! I see it right there.
Yep.
Yeah, she got
Beauty.
she got her. That's where I was last week. She was accepting the award,
Ah, amazing.
and I went to sit
Well,
with her.
that was a different award.
Oh,
but this award,
another award.
I went to
Oh, my
I went to the
goodness.
Woodlands to get this one on behalf
okay.
of the station. I was the only one who could go out and make it, and they just handed me it, and that was it. But now it's nice.
What was the
looking.
award I saw you getting? We were at
That was for extracurricular
In the-
work in the communication studies department.
Okay, he did tell
Yeah.
about all your achievements, though.
Yeah. Well, we'll be right back after this. Another song. This is Blood Red Slayer.
All the Red songs, you found them all. This is what I have to go and listen to.
90.7 WCLH, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, and Hazleton. This is Kendall in the studio, which isn't typical on a Thursday. I'm representing Metal Mondays, so we had Slayer with Blood Red, but also that's suiting because I got the Red Cross with me, still in the studio, talking about what they're doing in our area. Steven and my grandma Lynn, she's been on my show before. She was a cool granny at KRZ. We had to find someone as cool as her. Anyway, back to the Red Cross. Steven, how could you just get involved in general within this chapter?
Sure. So if you actually show up to the event, the Sound Alarm event on May 5th in West Hazleton, Hazleton, we actually have registration forms there. So if you want to become a volunteer, most of the times people who come to our events, we have partner organizations that come, and they have such a good time that they say, I want to do this year-round, which we do it year-round. So if you are interested in becoming a volunteer, we have our local Red Cross chapter here, which is our base location where I'm from, and that's going to be at 256 North Sherman Street, Wilkes-Barre, PA. And if you have any questions, you would just speak to me or Volunteer Services, and they'll let you know how to sign up for an application online, and you can start volunteering as of 3 days after that.
Awesome. And speaking of generally volunteering, Grandma Lynn, you were saying how you go out to teach children.
Yes, that's part of our emergency preparedness.
And it was great because you used to be a teacher.
That's exactly
So in terms of that, I know you were kind of asking me, I should donate my time to be a graphic designer because that's what I do, graphic designing. So would you say for any skill set there are a lot of opportunities in terms of volunteering your time for the Red Cross?
There are a lot of things that you can do. And as a volunteer, you pick and choose what it is that you want. You decide how many hours you want to donate. Maybe you just want to come in for 1 day a month. Maybe you want to be there all the time. Whatever you want, they work around you.
Is there a need for the biggest, what's the biggest need right now? Is there
could
one?
answer that better than me.
Yeah.
Sure. So we actually have many lines of services. And answering your question, if somebody wants to work in communications, which is something that you can use your graphic design skills, that's the department that you end up applying for. We have services for disaster services. We have blood services. If you want to become an instructor to teach CPR, we also have that. We also have international services. And that's more from headquarters in Philadelphia, but if you're interested in that, that's basically communicating, making sure that if there's a veteran out there or somebody in the family, they can actually interact with them and make sure there's some communication between them. So if there's many roles, and we also have interns that are always interested in joining the Red Cross. So if you're interested in starting, any department in the Red Cross can help you in your career anywhere you go.
Cool to hear. And I guess I'll ask you guys, favorite part, like favorite experience you had with the Red Cross. You have one first, Grandma?
Oh boy.
She has too many.
Yeah, I don't know
Every
how
week
to
is a
pick.
different story.
Yeah. We're always busy.
You were like a celebrity when you went out to Texas. You were on the news and had a news story.
I didn't expect that at all. I came in to the chapter, and Mr. Goldsworthy, Bill, he's the
executive director.
Executive director. He says, "Come on in over here. The TV crews are there." And there were about 2 TV crews, and I had to do interviews there. I went up to the airport, and there's another reporter up there. They followed me around while I was getting on the plane.
So if you're a member of the Red Cross, you're now a celebrity. Paparazzi are after you.
When I came back, everybody said, "Hey, I saw you on TV."
Were you the only one kind of in our area to go out there? Were there a couple?
That one day I was the only one, but other people came afterwards. I was the first one, but other people came afterwards, yeah.
Awesome. And Stephen, anything stick out for you? Maybe your favorite part, what you've done?
I would have to say my experience in Puerto Rico,
Yes,
that's out of the deployments I've been on, that was the most heartwarming one, to be able to do bulk distribution and give supplies, emergency supplies to families. And having them be so grateful, even if we run out of food, we would do this every day for basically 3 weeks, and there would still be people online when we're finished distributing all the food. And they were also very gracious, saying, "Thank you so much, we know you're here for us," and, patiently waiting. We'll come back the next morning. So it was very heartbreaking to know that, because there wasn't food being distributed. But it was a great experience, made a lot of friends, volunteers from everywhere, and also different organizations were involved in the Puerto Rico deployment as well. So that's one of my best experiences with the Red Cross.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's pretty much the best part. When you go on these operations, you do meet people from all over the country, all over the world even there.
All over the world, yeah.
So all over the world, that is Stephen and my Grandma Lynn working for the Red Cross. Stephen, before we wrap it up, can you talk about this event one more time?
Sure.
This sound the alarm, save a life. Just the details.
If you even type up Sound the Alarm online, you'll be able to be directed exactly where you need to go to register. Sound the Alarm is an event that's happening across the U.S. in 100 cities, with a plan to install 100,000 alarms. And we want to make sure we partner with the fire department and partners in the community to make sure that we install as many fire alarms as possible on these events. We actually started having them on the 28th, all across eastern Pennsylvania, and we're going to continue forward for another 2 weeks. So ours is going to be on May 5th, this upcoming Saturday. If you want to find something to do before you go out for Cinco de Mayo, make sure you come to the Red Cross event and make some friends, install fire alarms, and save lives. So that's going to be West Hazleton Borough Building, 100 South 4th Street, West Hazleton, PA. That's one location, and the other location is Diamond United Methodist Church, 413 West Diamond Street, Hazleton, PA. Zip code is 18201. And again, the purpose of this is to save lives. So come out, show your face, and be part of the community service.
Awesome. And any final things that we missed that you would like to get out to listeners?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much. I think it's amazing that you have us here in your radio station. I never thought I'd be in a radio station here on the campus. And it's for a great cause, so I really do appreciate that you had us come over here.
And I'll definitely get this to our station manager, all the info regarding the Red Cross, and we could partner up here at WCLH. I'm leaving soon, but I'll make sure they do it. I'll be on their case.
That'd be great.
What about you, Grandma Lynn? Any final words to Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Hazleton, and surrounding areas?
Until the next time.
Yeah. The next time we might be on a different station.
Maybe.
I only got 2 more weeks here left.
Okay.
So, thank you guys. Stephen and Grandma Lynn from the Red Cross, doing great stuff. Get involved if you need more information. Hit us up at WCLH.org, and they'll get to me, and I'll get it to you. For now, how about another Red song? And I'll be back here on Metal Mondays for Metal Massacre, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Here's a taste of what I play, but keeping in the Red theme. It is Joe Lynn Turner from his Secondhand Life release. Blood Red Sky. Me and Granny Lynn saw him months ago.
Yeah. Where
So-
did we go? We went down
Sellersville.
Sellersville, that's right.
So here it is, JLT, baby, Blood Red Sky. Keep it locked right here on 90.7 WCLH. We got your hip hop right after.